Welcome to your favorite weekly current affairs program, 60 Minutes Nigeria. I know you are excited to be with us on the program because we'll be looking at an issue that is crucial to the growth of Edo State and, of course, Nigeria in general. It has to do with internal security. Internal security has to do with the state of security. How are security agencies faring in providing security within the nooks and crannies of the country? We're looking at the local government areas, security at the grassroots, security at the local level, in all states. So, welcome to the program. Very crucial. Spend your time with us. My name is Egosa Agbolao. I have with me very distinguished personalities, popular guests on the show. I have Dr. Royal Abumeri. Nice to have you on the program.
Good afternoon.
He's a clergyman. He's a man that leads youths as well. We also have in the studio a very renowned clergyman as well, Dr. Evix. Nice to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
Okay.
Yours, God bless
Dr.
you.
Evix Agbonaima is one man that wants to get feedback from the people on whatever we are doing. So on today's program, we'll be allowing you, after their discussion, to also contribute to today's program. So the phone lines will be displayed later, and you will have the opportunity to make your comment. But do not use any derogatory language. Like I said, we're looking at security, internal security. Now, Dr. Roya will be giving us his opening remarks. And this is very important because he's an ESA man who knows all that is happening in the different ESA local governments. Eastern Central, Urumi, Ekpoma, all the different Eastern land. Now, some persons are unable to even visit their local governments. Some persons protested recently about Ugboha. They said the rate of kidnapping at Ugboha is disheartening, is alarming. At Urumi, we also got protests of insecurity. Recently, an Onoje was kidnapped, Onoje of Udo, in Esan land. That's to tell you that there's need for security, internal security. It's not only peculiar to Ishaland, but Dr. Roya will be able to tell us about that. But there are other local governments in Edo State, Edo South as well, insecurity. Outside Edo State, in the northeast, we understand that bandits sometimes give levies to residents, to communities, to pay. As if we are having a government inside government. That is unacceptable. We commend the Nigerian military for what they've done so far as regards the northeast, flushing out bandits and terrorists who have occupied parts of the country. So that's the premise. We'll be elaborating on that. Dr. Roya, when I mentioned your name, it's really touching what is happening in Ishan land. Before now, we used to commend them that an Ishan man, before building a house in Benin or in any other part of Nigeria, will build at home.
That's right.
Now they can't even go home. It's as pathetic as that.
Thank you. First and foremost, I want to thank the viewers who are always there listening. Secondly, let me really talk on this internal security. You see, it has not started. It's not today it started.
Okay.
It's just that today it's being publicized that much.
Okay.
There was a time I came here on this same program and I told us that to travel from Benin and to go to Ekpoma, your heart will be in your hand or in your mouth. Because, in fact, I had a member in church whose husband had a driver. And this driver, they were booked. Oh, somebody is doing wedding somewhere. As I'm talking to till today, they went on that journey. Those who were getting married, they were in that bus. They didn't return till today as we speak.
I heard of that report. We intend to even investigate that. Yes, I heard about it.
Till today as we speak. So it's not something that started today. It's just unfortunate that we have not been able to nip this thing in the bud. There are a lot of things I like to say. For the ASAM people, you know, there are a lot of things that leads to insecurity. It's not just the failure of security people or security personnel that brings insecurity. That may be one part of it. But on the other side of it, there are a lot of factors that leads to internal security. But the truth is, we must wake up as a nation. I don't just want to speak for the ASAM people. I want to speak in general terms. I'm first a Nigerian. Before, I'm a Nigerian. Let me say that way. I'm a Nigerian.
Yes.
All right. In Nigeria today as a whole, let's take it holistically. Let's not just narrow it to ASAM, because this is 60 minutes Nigeria.
Yes.
In Nigeria today, the security situation is appalling. In fact, for me as a person, I don't risk it traveling to Abuja or to Lagos by road anymore. I used to do that before. But you see, doing that now, you are, in fact, as you're on the road, you have to plead the blood of Jesus. You have to you have to start calling the name of God, even the ones you know, the ones you don't know, because what you don't know what you are expecting on the road. For me, sir, I think it's hard time our government wake up. We still go back to government, we still fall onto government. People say, you talk about government too much, you call on government too much. It still ends on their table. Insecurity is everywhere, but I still look at it and say, okay, there's still a little bit of improvement from the past, like when we had President Goodluck Jonathan in office, and this time it's still a bit better. But that doesn't mean that we should just relax and celebrate the success. It is tough. But I think when I want to talk next, I want to talk on reasons why we still have this insecurity, because until we address that, we can't solve the problem. Okay,
we'll come back to you, but let's get a thought of Dr. Elvis Angbolaima. I know that you have a lot to say, you know, about insecurity in Edo State and in Nigeria in general.
You know, thank you for inviting me.
Okay.
You know, when we talk about insecurity, when we are talking of insecurity, first thing we go to look at the government. But the truth is this: outside the government, we the people has a lot of role.
Okay.
You know, for example, many years ago, you know, different community, they secure their community. Even when you are coming to rent a house, the landlord will try to profile you. He wants to know where you are coming from. He wants to know somebody that knows you. He wants to know the kind of lifestyle you are living. If he's not satisfied, he will not give you his house. But today, what they are just interested in is money. Go to Benin and see the way landlords are inflating prices of houses. Whether it's an armed robber that is coming to pick the house, doesn't concern the landlord provider, pay.
But don't you think because of all these agents?
Not just because of agents.
Okay.
Landlord himself. I have seen a situation whereby landlords even telling an agent to say, no, that money is too small. I'm telling you. Now, all manners of people are just entering our street, our community. You know, those days you discover that even all these community leaders, they used to profile people that enter their community. But now, we are no longer involved. Even those who call themselves youth leaders from different community, that were their major role those days. But what they are doing now, they are fighting after selling of land. Selling one land for 20 people. Now, if you go to many communities now, we should pray to God more. We are living by grace. Because those days, let me give you an example now. Let me say your village now. Sir, do you know if they want to rebel your village now, it will be very easy? Because most of the people living in your village now, majority of the people living in your village, in my village, are not from that place.
I agree with you.
And there is no terrain there they don't know. Now, our villages are occupied,
infiltrated
by those who have questionable character, those who are involved in, funny kind of businesses. Now, if they want to rebel that village, that community, overnight, it will be easy. Because even as Omoto, according to Benin, where I don't know,
they know it.
They know it. What's the meaning of Omoto?
Son of the soil.
Son of the soil.
Son of the soil, okay.
Now, and this thing has also, it is now a normal thing now. Even in the communities now that are growing, you will see a lot of persons entering the communities. People with questionable character. People with, those days, all those communities, every community has community police.
Okay.
In form of youth.
Is it vigilante?
Vigilante made up of elders and young ones.
Okay.
They knows everybody that comes to that community. In short, sometimes they have some certain people they send to the bush to assess the bush. But today, nothing like that. There are even people now living in some bushes.
In the forest?
In the forest. Some of them are not even forests. They are close to the house. And they are living there. You dare not enter that area. They have arms.
Mm-hmm.
And most of the community leaders, they are aware. If you are talking of eternal insecurity, this is where the whole problem started from. Starting from landlord, starting from the communities, our communities, now all manners of people. Those days, the community leaders, they know everybody. If not everyone, 98% of everyone that live in their community. But today, it's not like that.
Okay.
Even so, landlord does not know their tenant. It's true.
It's as bad as that.
It's as bad as that. Now, as a landlord, those days when you rent an apartment or a house, they want to know how many of you. They want to know those who come to visit you. But now, some houses, one person will come to rent a house. Before you know, over 15 people are living in that apartment. And they are doing all manners of, practicing a lot of abominable things in that place.
Okay, thank you.
Now, before we talk of government inability to tackle insecurity, let's start from here.
Okay, we'll come back to you for you to give us more points on this issue. Dr. Roya, you were really worried that this insecurity, there are factors responsible, and these factors must be tackled. So, what do you think has foiled this security in states and in Nigeria?
Thank you so much.
Okay.
When you want to tackle a problem, you don't tackle the problem as attacking the problem.
Okay.
You find out, why does this problem exist? For example, if a man is poor and he says he wants to fight poverty, he doesn't fight poverty by looking for money. He asks himself, why am I poor?
Okay.
What are the factors that led me to this state that I am? Why am I in this condition? The moment he is able to answer that question, give him time, he will naturally walk away from poverty. The same vein, if we start saying, oh, let's tackle insecurity, let's tackle this issue, why is it there? If some years back it wasn't like that, what happened? What changed? Where did we get it wrong? Insecurity, a lot of factors lead to it. Number one, for me, election results is not as important as the electoral process. Because if the process is clean and neat, people who lose will gladly congratulate the winner and accept the outcome. But if you look at it today, we are Nigerians. People go to court. Those who cannot go to court, they have voice. Who want to say this government will not allow them have the administration in peace? That could be a factor that leads to insecurity. We were in this country when some people said, I think before the 2015 election, that if they lose the election, they will form a parallel government. That blood will flow. And the likes of that. People can capitalize on that statement to begin to cause mayhem. Even if the people who said that statement, who made those statements, may not mean it, but people can capitalize on that. Another factor that could lead to insecurity is unemployment. When youth are engaged, gainfully employed, somebody goes to work in the morning and closes in the evening. In fact, rushing home, he will be thinking, I need to rest so that I can resume work tomorrow. These are factors. Another factor. Another thing is the economy. The economy is harsh. The policy of this government is harsh on Nigerians. And a hungry man, naturally, is an angry man. When a man is hungry, the first day he didn't eat, second day he didn't eat, he'll be battling for survival. He will try to do anything just to survive. Because, he will say, I can't just stay and just allow hunger to kill me. And so doing, he look for means, whether by hook or by crook, to survive. Fourthly, sir, our educational system. Because if people are really educated, it's not going to school. If people are educated, they are enlightened, they will know that taking up arms is illegal. Taking the life of another person is illegal. There are legitimate means to make money, not to kidnap somebody, not to, cause mayhem and destroy. In fact, when people act like this, they take the country backward instead of taking the country forward. So we should begin to think how to nip some of these challenges I just said now. If they are tackled, insecurity will drop. I'm serious, sir. It will drop drastically. A man knows he has employment. He knows he can take off his family. And let's leave the security apparatus. They are doing what they can do. If I want to add the fifth point to it, these are our security people. How are they empowered? You are telling a man to go and tackle bandits. The gun the bandit, the weapon the bandits are carrying, more powerful than the person you are saying go after them. If I were to be in their shoe, will I go? How can you tell me take a pistol? Let's, for example, take pistol, go and fight the man who is using AK-47. How will it work? How will it work? Our security personnel, they are underfunded. Is a major factor too. Okay,
thank you. Dr. Elvis, we just noticed on Wednesday, there was what they normally call show of force, where the newly acquired vehicles distributed to security agencies were driven around Benin City to give confidence, to inform the people that the security agencies, they have mobility now to tackle any insecurity. Restoring confidence by Governor Bemulo, I think is commendable. But what's your take in terms of the role of security agencies?
To me, it is just entertainment.
Show of force?
It is just entertainment because the vehicle you are talking about, just now, you will not see it on the road. All the top big men in the force, they will share it among themselves. Today, this is not the first time we have seen them.
That's a very weighty allegation we cannot substantiate. Because
it's my opinion.
We are seeing these vehicles
now. It is not ITV opinion, sir.
Yes.
It is not ITV opinion. I say very just that you will not see those vehicles on the way. This is not the first time we have seen them bring out, show us a lot of vehicles, and at the end, when you go to police station to say, okay, they want to make an arrest, for example, they will tell you to come and pay for a vehicle that will take them there.
That's all now.
Are you getting me now? Now, The truth of this matter is that the government, those who are leading us, they are not sincere. Do you know that even this insecurity, a lot of people in the government enjoy it? Because, if, you know, this is hair. Well, I will be careful.
Please be careful.
Because it is my opinion, not ITV opinion.
Okay.
The truth of the matter is that if we are truly sincere, the life of Nigerians would have been better now. Even the security, personnel, many of them are not sincere. Can I tell you, sir? They are well trained. Nigeria security personnel are well trained. They know all the bad people in every environment. It's just the truth. They know all the bad people. In each community, they know those who are the bad, the good, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Because they are well trained and they know the terrain. But because many of them are not sincere, many of them are playing nepotism, tribalism. And my brother, we speak the same tribe. He's from my family. That is where we are. It is not that the police force or the military do not know what to do. For example, now, even in the north, there was a time where some officers were sent to go on a mission. They said, no, we will not go. And they charged them for, they charged them. Because the reason was that they said, we already know the weapon with us cannot defeat the one with the other people. Answer, if you want us to go, we need more weapon. We need this, we need that. If you are not giving to us, we will not go. And the military reacted. Now, because those guys know that it was a suicide mission, just like my co-panelist said just now, that you are telling a police officer, for example, to go on this mission, and he knows that the person is going to go and meet, he's well prepared than even him. Now, back to what I was saying. The challenges is that the politicians, some of the politicians are playing game with us. Now, you are talking about, showing vehicle for security and all that. Have you not observed what is happening in the government? Have you not observed that some people are living as if they are above the law? People that even break the law more are even from those who are even supporting the government. I'm telling you, what people like us cannot do, because we know the law, we know the consequences. There are people who are even fans, friends of the government doing it. Now, the politicians are part of the reason why insecurity, the issue is not being solved. When election is coming or election period, weapons are being released to cause mayhem. And after election, are you going to collect your weapon from them? No. And now somebody that you already given weapon because of election, and now election is finished. Now you are not in power. And the person that you are no longer funding the person the way you used to fund the person. That's why if you watch now in Benin, now you see some pocket of stealing with all these shuttle buses. I listen to your radio and your TV, and it's everywhere. Most of these guys, they have weapons. Most of these guys, they cannot afford the weapon, but politicians gave it to them because of election. Now after election, you did not go back to collect it because you cannot collect it again. And at the end, it's not like you have opened an office for the boy, for the young man. Are you getting me now? All of us, that's why I started with landlord, I started with community. Now I'm not talking about politicians. Even the security apparatus, they know what to do. They are trained. But it's unfortunate that many of them, I didn't say, they are not sincere. Now, have you not watched on your TV as a journalist, a great one at that? Have you not seen where in the presence of security apparatus, look at what just happened recently, that a tribunal to be moved from those states to another state, to Abuja. Why? Because some politicians, some political supporters go there to be creating, misbehaving. Let me use that word. In a civilized society, can you do that? Did you not watch someone that is even in this government threatening a DSS officer? If a man like that can be bold, and meanwhile such a man is being celebrated by the government, what do you expect? Are you getting me now? If a man can be bold before security personnel was bragging, using some foul languages, and he was just left untouched, and you say you are fighting security? Are you getting me now?
Yeah.
Until we change, I will going to say, sir, until we change, nothing will change. Because our heart, our mindset as Nigerian, as a Dolite, it get the way it be.
Okay, that's a very strong language in local parlance. It get the way it be. That's a very strong language in the local parlance. Well, we have spoken about insecurity, especially the factors responsible for insecurity, and we are looking at how these problems can be tackled. But that will form the major part of our discussion in part B. And like I said, our viewer out there, you have the opportunity to contribute to this discussion because it has to do with you and I. I mentioned some Esan communities when I started this program. Some persons now stay in Benin, they are unable to travel home. Obazagbon, we reported that the mayhem that took place there, some persons fled from the community. That's Edo South. So it's everywhere. It's a very, very disturbing scenario. We need to tackle insecurity. We're going to talk about our security agencies because in the southeast, we understand now there's a big problem there. Because of the insecurity, some security personnel are being accused of extortion, of corruption. So that's another problem. We'll look at it when we return. But that will be after this break. You can be a part of this program. You can call in and be a part. But it will be after this break. Okay, it's always a delight to have you back on the program. So we will give opportunity to our viewer there. You can contribute to this discussion via the telephone. But let's look at how we can really tackle this problem. Dr. Royal, you talked about the factors that contribute to the menace, the insecurity. Okay, I think we have a caller now, first caller on the program. Okay. Good afternoon. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Gabriel. I'm calling from here.
Go ahead.
I just want to give thanks. I want to give thanks to God for these two qualified men you have.
Thank
God
you.
Bless them for their faithfulness and truthfulness.
Thank you.
I just want us to believe that God Almighty will solve our problem. Otherwise, what they have heated this afternoon is enough for Tinubu to know that this country is in his hand. Okwebo Edo State is in his hand. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you very much. That's a caller from Benin. Thank you for commending my guest. This problem has to do with everyone. Okay, we have another caller. Good afternoon. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from? We have another caller. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from? Okay, I think we lost that. Okay, now tell us, Dr. Roya, how do we tackle insecurity? How do we enhance security within our state and in the country?
Thank you so much. Let me draw a leaf from what Dr. Evis said. I really commend us, the Nigeria Police Force, the IGP and what happened, because for the first time we're having an indigene as a commissioner of police, and a woman for that matter.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Roya. We'll come back to you. We have a caller now. Tell us your name. Where are you calling from? Okay, I think our technicians are having some problems with it. Okay, please, Dr. Roya, continue.
So like I said, we're having a woman and an indigene of Edo State as a commissioner for police. You know, on this program, I've canvassed before now that to tackle insecurity, we need state police. Irrespective of what people are saying, that the governor may manipulate them during the election. What we stand to benefit is more than the disadvantage in it. Okay. You see, if you look at the security architecture, you discover that the policemen in this nation, they are not enough.
Okay, Dr. Ray, I will just quickly take this call. Your name and where are you calling from? Hello? Okay, somebody is calling again. Good afternoon. Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead, please.
To this issue, I want this IG for the general police. That expire. What is this doing as a IG? Is that not corruption? Number two, others are also observed that our politicians, they are nice because that is serious. Security, education are serious. When the government come into power, they will just collapse the structure. That structure, how are we going to consider this? There's a government in power. What call you consolidate on it? You study what is going on. Just call me. Destroy the structure. They want to start to bring the house. They don't do that. Just education ahead. So that's my contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, Dr. Roya, please continue.
So that is it. So we need people who understand the environment. All right, like the DPO, for example. Let's take, they said the DPO of New Benin. It should be an indigene of that community. If it's an indigene of New Benin, he should know the nooks and crannies, like bringing a northerner, somebody who is not familiarized with that region, to come and be the head of the security architecture. These are some of the lacunas that we see. And another thing I like to say is that when this Benin Auchi road was seriously in a state of mess, that you cannot travel at all. If you want to travel, you have to do 7 days dry fasting for 1 day journey. We noticed that with the help of and with the release of this vigilante, you discover that they were able to quell the situation, that people could travel, you could travel safely, even along the Agbo Road, houses, and the rest of that.
Okay, we have a caller. Go on, your name, where are you calling from?
My name is Sunday Okoye. I'm calling from Lagos.
Okay, go on, please.
Sunday Okoye. I'm calling.
Yeah, please go on, make your contribution.
Yeah, I just want to portray what that other man said. You see exactly. Okay, see exactly what they say about those boss, about those.
Okay, we apologize for that.
About those their car they brought, you will not see them again. They will use it to go and be.
Okay, we're having problem with that, but that's a caller from Lagos, and he's talking about the vehicles bought by Governor Pebolo for security agencies. They are all allegations that you may not see them again. So I hope that Edo State government will have a way of monitoring the usage of these vehicles, these patrol vehicles. Because if residents are complaining, they are commending the governor for purchasing it, but they are complaining that they may not see them again. So government should do something about that. Find a way of monitoring these vehicles how are these security agencies using the vehicles? You can monitor them. It's important because they didn't buy it for themselves. State government bought the vehicles for security agencies for the purpose of security, of ensuring security in the state. So state government must monitor how these vehicles are used. That's what the man from Lagos has just said. If we can take one or two more callers, we'll just quickly do that. But while we wait for our callers, we'll continue to our guests.
So that is it. Like I was saying, we need to add these local vigilantes to incorporate them into the system because they have a lot to do. Because I've seen situations, I've experienced situations.
Okay, we have another caller. Your name? Where are you calling from? Hello, your name? Where are you calling from? Okay, I think we're having technical hitches as regards the callers. I would have really loved our viewer to be part of the program, but we're having problems. So we'll leave that till next week. We'll stop all calls now. Okay, please, let's go on.
So we need to incorporate our local vigilantes, the those security network, because when insecurity was at the peak in those states, when they came in, we saw how they contributed meaningfully to the end of kidnapping, to the end of a lot of violence in communities and on our highway. Yeah. So I think at this point, we just need to bring them back because the moment they were disbanded or they were suspended, let me use that language, you will discover that these vices came up again. But I'm very sure because even areas where police are unable to penetrate, these guys, they go to the bush and rescue people. I think another area I want to look at is the area of the funding of our security people. Like I said very just now, our security personnel, the numbers are not enough. Okay. In a country of more than 200 million people, you don't have up to 1 million police officers. It's not enough. And most of the officers on ground, they are private officers protecting our politicians and the rest of that. So the numbers that are left for the larger community or society, they are very minute. So that is that. Have you gone to some police stations in the evening? You see that they are using torchlight from phone. These vehicles we are talking about now, is it to buy vehicle? Is to maintain it, is to fuel it. No matter how sound the car is, if there is no petrol, it can't pursue a criminal. The car is as good as a casket. Let me use that language there. So we thank the government. The government should also send money or approve money for maintenance and cost of running the vehicle, because if they buy it and they are not being funded, that's the reason. Like what Dr. Evie said, that's the reason why some of these things, they just park them, because if there's no money to keep running them, to run 10 cars a day in this economy, where fuel is almost 1,000 naira, you know what that is? How much is that salary? If there's no budget to run the car, they will park it. So sometimes we say, they have collected the car or they kept the car. It's not that they kept it, because they couldn't. All right, they couldn't manage it. I've gone to one of the police stations one day, and in the evening, I saw them in the dark using torchlight. I said, what's this? They said, if you can get us a gen, we will appreciate it. That's police. If a man that is saddled with the responsibility of security should be catered for, should be taken care of. Our men, they have the heart, but because they know that if they die in the process, what happens to their family?
That's another $1 million question. That security personnel die in the line of duty. Yeah. There should be adequate welfare for their bereaved families, and government must ensure that there's a policy for all members of the force, so that their families can be taken care of. Okay, Dr. Evis, what do we do to ensure internal security? Because you said a lot in terms of how landlords should identify tenants, profile tenants, community profile tenants, but also looking at other areas, our security personnel, government, and all of that. What do we do?
Number one, the government should be sincere.
Okay.
Number two, our politicians should repent and change.
Okay.
Because if they don't change, it is their inability to change their ways that you are seeing the devices you are seeing now. Then we, the people, you should get involved. That's why I started from landlord to community. When I say get involved in the sense that we should know what happens in our environment. This I don't care attitude is what has brought us to the level we are.
Okay.
If somebody we don't know before just enter our community, we should know, starting from our street, our environment. We should be able to know who are those who are, the people living in the next house. Are you getting me now? Yeah. Don't say what they are doing in the next house does not concern you. When there is trouble, it will concern everybody. We, the people, we should open our eyes and get involved. Then starting, I said the government should be sincere. And I said the politicians should repent.
Totally agree with you.
Because when you say you are fighting insecurity and you have boys that you are breeding, are you sincere? You have boys that you are breeding, that you are using as talks, political talks. They don't just do that work as political talks alone. They do other work to it. The instruments that are being given to them, they do other things with it too. That can also breed insecurity. You see, that's why I said the government. Because there is hardly a government in Nigeria today. Let me start with, those who occupy position, who do not have political talks. Most of their political talks are the one breeding insecurity. Most of those people, those young men that they breed, they empower with weapons. They have them as their boys. Those who also have their boys. That is where the problem lies. If they begin to have a change of heart, it will reduce the level of insecurity. If the government is sincere and if the politicians begin to repent, change their styles.
Yeah, Dr. Evans, let me interject. Like in developed countries, sometimes we've seen social media videos where a public officer in a foreign country will be riding bicycle without aids, without security.
Can I shock you?
But we can't try that here because if a public office holder leaves home without security, he may not get to his office. Not
Sir,
so.
They are the cause. Imagine a 65-year-old man stealing billions. Is he going to steal the money to his grave? Are you getting me now?
Yes.
I love God for one thing. No matter what you have achieved, one day you are going to enter a casket without AC. It's true. Sometimes people are just stealing billions. It is wickedness. As if they are not going to die. Because the day will come, all those things that you have stolen, all the billions, the houses, sir, go to some houses, you will see fleet of cars, expensive cars that they have not even driven, they have not owned the engine for like 2 years. And they are still stealing. Now, let me come back to the issue at hand. If the government can be sincere, if the politician can begin to repent gradually, and if the security personnel too can be sincere, do you know too that you can also make money available to run the police station you're talking about, and the money will not be used? Because some of us, our heart is dark. It's true. A lot of money. Have you not been watching your TV set? From different billions have been allocated, billions have been allocated. The money, if the money is really being used, we will not be where we are today. Do you know that even the security apparatus, for example, the different security personnel, a lot of millions have been budgeted for. How much do they spend? The others at the top, they share it. It's true. Let's start with the election period. Do you know sometimes police officers will be deployed from different states to come? Sometimes they will come. The money they are supposed to be paid, they have already released the money. Meanwhile, God at the top has held the money back. The problem of Nigeria, the insecurity in Nigeria. That's when I hear that foreign agency, all these foreign countries are coming. Listen, sir, with due respect, the problem of Nigeria is caused by Nigerians. If we want to solve our problem, we Nigerians are the one that will solve our problem. Until we get involved, until we get tired, and we say, okay, let's fix it, we will remain the same.
Thank you very much, Dr. Elvis. I've just been told that we have to call it, we have to wrap it up now. But your closing remarks, Dr. Roya.
Thank you. Before I say my closing remarks, let me quickly say one or two things from what he said. You see, security is everybody's business, including those in government, those outside government. Is everybody's business. But for me, I think our National Assembly should legislate a law that anybody who wants to run for an office, your children must live in this nation, your children must go to schools here. Then you want to travel, no one should travel by air within Nigeria, they should travel by road. My brother, there will be security.
Thank you very much, Dr. Roya. So all politicians, I think this program is for you. You must lead by example. Your children should not be schooling abroad.
No.
And you want other children to go to school here in Nigeria. You are not a good leader that way. Your children should go to school here. That's what they are saying. You should also use the road that other people are using.
Yes.
So that if you want to be safe, you must use your office to ensure that there is safety on our roads. That's the show. Dr. Elvis Agbonaima, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
For your time. Dr. Roya, thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And of course, you out there, for those of you that come, we got a caller from Lagos. That's to tell you that Lagos State residents are watching ITV in Lagos. They are watching all over the world. Thanks for being a part of today's program. Do have a wonderful weekend ahead. Bye-bye.